Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 75 of my Gateway Experience. Thank you so much for tuning in. The purpose of these videos is to document my journey through the Monroe Institute's Gateway Experience. The Gateway Experience is, I call it, a scientific, repeatable process of self discovery, self exploration, self mastery. It consists of 6 waves with 6 tapes in each wave, and we are currently on the second wave, and we are on the fourth tape called Color Breathing. Today was the second day doing this tape. So if you haven't seen any of my other videos, go ahead and check those out. That way, you can get caught up to speed and see where we started and where we are now. So let's get right into it. It is Monday, November 7th, 2022. It is 6:34 a.m. Woke up this morning at 5 a.m. Did my morning routine and everything. Did the tape for the second time. And I did it a little bit last night as well. But this morning doing it, I did it for the full amount of time. Last night I fell asleep in the middle of it. But this morning I was awake and aware the entire time. And I noticed a certain few things here and there, like what happens to our minds, how we wander, right? It's a lot like when we do quote unquote meditation or contemplation. Our mind wanders from the task, or when we listen to a book or something like that. We wander from topic to topic, people to people, and it's very important to come back to the topic of discussion, the focus, and what it is that we are focused on, which in this case is the colors of the rainbow. We start with red, and then we go to like orange, yellow, green, Roy G. Biv, right? What is it? Why is it Biv? I don't know. Violet, right? Yeah, blue and violet, something like that. Um, yeah, so those are the colors, but mainly we're focused on, in this tape, we're only focused on 3 colors. So we're focused on red, green, and violet or purple. And the purpose of each color, as I talked about in the previous video, first of all, I want to give major credit to Mark Passio because he puts out great work. Sometimes he goes off the rails a little bit, becomes very adversarial. He allows his anger to take over. I'm not a huge fan of that, and I know a lot of other people aren't, but he just keeps going. He just doesn't care. And I would ask him, why don't you care? Maybe you should care, since that's one of the things that you talk about if he ever watches this video. But anyway, I care, and I think that people don't necessarily remember what you say, they remember how you say it. They don't necessarily remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. So think about that. And we are emotional creatures, so think about that. But anyway, some of the information that he says is spot on, and I'm one of those people that can get past how I feel, and I can really pay attention to what was said. But after a certain point, it just becomes too much. But yeah, so I do remember what was said, and what was said was the colors, and he talked about how the occult uses these colors. Occult just means hidden, right? So people that are in the hidden shadows of the world, they use these colors purposefully to influence our minds. Now, what we're doing is we're taking the power back. We're saying, hey, look, I can use these colors on my own self. I'm aware of what all the influences that are coming into my system are, and I can even influence myself. So if I want to do a physical task that requires greater strength, greater speed, and greater coordination, I will think of the color red. And the way we do it is we breathe in, close our eyes first, breathe in, hold our breath, think of the color red, see the color red, slowly breathe out, and just know that at that point I will have greater strength, greater speed, greater coordination to achieve the task that I am looking to achieve. Now, with that, that can become people's entire reality. we've all heard of the people that are in such a rage mode that all they see is red, okay? And that is because they are fully in their physical sense, they become like animals, okay? And what we need to do at that point is to clear that emotion out, is to just completely let it go and become rebalanced again, and to lower it, make it go lower than our full awareness so that it's no longer important, is do the same process, but now think of the color green. And green is the color balance. It's the color right in the middle of the rainbow. It's right there in the center point, and it represents balance, and it is the color of love. We see it all in nature, all around us. The leaves are green, the grass is green, basically the plants are green, chlorophyll is green. Green is they, and then what we also can see is that it is obfuscated, is the word that I got from Mark Passio, through the use of the color green on money. On money, we see uh, the government, the Federal Reserve, the cabal, the occult, they have used this color on purpose on money to make it seem like we are going to get this from money, when that is absolutely not the case. We're not going to get balance, we're not going to get love, we're not going to get fulfillment from money, but they put it there anyway. They color it green on purpose to make it seem like we can get it from that. But we know better if you're watching these videos, so that's good. And then furthermore, we can go even beyond the green and go into the blues and the purples, which are the higher frequencies. If we go beyond purple, we start getting into ultraviolet, which is outside of the visible spectrum. And these light frequencies and vibrations are even higher levels, so they're associated with healing. Okay, so when we want to heal maybe a certain part of our body, we need to bring it back to full consciousness, full awareness. We just do the same process, and this time we think of the color purple. Okay, and we just look at the part of our body, like for example my knee, or even my finger, my middle finger here was shut inside of a car door, and it was held there for a while because I was in the back of a truck, and the people in front of me weren't paying attention that my hand was there, so somebody opened the door and then shut it, and yeah, that was bad. But it was held there, so it's still, even though that was like 2 years ago, it's still not fully healed. I've got full mobility; it doesn't hurt, but I can tell that there's not as much like electricity or nervous system power running to that finger. Okay, and so and it's gotten way better than it was before. It used to hurt to the touch whenever I would touch it, but it's gotten way better, and and I can use that color purple to heal that. Same thing with my knee. Same thing with my my right knee and my left ankle. My right knee popped out of place while I was doing jujitsu, and my left ankle popped out of place as well as I was doing jujitsu. I actually popped that one myself out of place as I was wrapped around a rather larger person, and I pulled my ankle to do a body triangle, and it popped out of place. I kept going though, and I felt it afterwards. So, but anyway, color purple is for healing. And some of the ways that we can apply this to our daily lives, just going to briefly cover some and then maybe cover more in the next videos, is when we're having a conversation with somebody, okay? Let's say that maybe it's getting into a discussion, and then it goes past the discussion into a debate, and then it goes past the debate into an argument where all the emotions are just completely out of control. We can take a step back and we can take a deep breath and then think of the color green and allow that color green to just flush all that emotion out of the bottom of our feet and to become balanced again. Okay, and let's say that we're going to the gym and we're going to go do some physical activity, and we want to have a great workout. When we go into the gym, we think of the color red, right? And then yeah, so like the color purple, like I just mentioned with my own physical body. Let's say that you're going on a run, you get an ache, somewhere, take a deep breath, think of the color purple, and reinstate that. Let's say that you are maybe drinking a few beers and you're feeling like maybe you're a little bit out of balance. Same thing, but focus on your mind, okay? Focus on your brain so that it can come back. So, same thing with other entheogens. If you do a little bit, maybe too much marijuana or whatever it might be, you can use that same thing to bring yourself back to full conscious, clean and clear awareness. So, yeah, I think that's what I've got for this video. This is much more of a simple practice. We're not even going into focus 12. When we're doing this practice, we're staying just at focus 10. And it's very useful. It's the way that we are going to be able to um, manage our emotions on a day-to-day basis. It's a powerful tool to be able to do that. And just using those three colors to go from one end of the spectrum to the middle and to the other end of the spectrum. So if you want to communicate with me, let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Peace.